live. Okay. Sorry for the delay, everybody. We have been discussing the meat and potatoes of tonight's escapade. Literally. They're
Secret.
They're gonna go to somewhere and order some meat and potatoes, preferably not made of Fencer Troll this time.
Ideally.
Auto-chan did go all Sweeney Todd on him.
Ideally, once was enough on that.
So, picking back up, we just met a strange new mysterious person, the ghost. The master was terrified that Jimmy had been lost forever, but they have been reunited and are back on their way.
Don't go walking into mysterious clouds of fog next time, you idiot. I can't follow you if I can't see you.
Honestly, you're probably right. I don't feel like I was exactly in my right mind.
And what is it with this death wish you seem to suddenly have? Running us into portals without looking both ways before we go. Running into the mist in a city like Sigil, where the mist could kill you.
The second one wasn't really on me. I'm not so good with this magic stuff. You know, I don't have the right head for that. So the ghost just got me, you know. I figure as long as they've been around the city, they might have a few tricks of that nature.
All it's gonna take is one smoke bomb and a succubus in an alley to end you for good. You realize that, right?
You gotta be fair now. A succubus in an alley is gonna end a lot of people. That's not me, specifically.
I'm just saying, stay on your toes. Okay?
You know, that's fair. I'll keep it in mind, but enough about my inner turmoil. Let's focus on yours.
Why? Why should we do that?
I'm playing, Master. If you don't want to do any of the talking, I'll do the talking. We need all the help we can get. I like Nil. I think Nil can help us a lot.
Alright.
We're gonna try.
Alright, and we continue on. I guess if we're not quite there, we continue to walk.
Yeah. No, we can cycle that up, and you arrive at the front door of your domicile that you share.
I raise a fist to knock on the door, but then remember that I have keys. This is a weird sensation, using a key to unlock a door.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like I should be using a lockpick. Is that weird? That's weird.
Nah, perfectly natural. One rogue to another.
That's not weird. That's normal.
Esther doesn't even have keys. She just unlocks her own. He just unlocks his own door.
So, let's see here.
Yeah, I do have keys. I just use the key and unlock the door.
11 and 8. Okay. As you're nervously fumbling for your keys,
I think I have them.
you are gently nuzzled in your lower back.
I look behind me.
There's Almond Milk, uncovered, outside, staring at you.
What the shit? What the shit?
Mule snuck up on you.
Okay.
Master?
If it's wearing a harness or a collar, I just grab it.
Master?
With one hand and open the door. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
No, wait. No, this is important, man. Is that the fucking mule?
Yes. Get in there.
Hey.
It's goddamn Almond Milk.
Almond doesn't resist, although it's locked eyes with you, Jimmy, and there's something really unnerving about its gaze. It will not break eye contact with you.
Jimmy's peering down because nobody told him Almond Milk was still alive.
What do you mean? Of course Almond Milk's
You
alive.
never told Jimmy.
would you think
I
that
was
was?
keeping track because I wanted to do this. You never told Jimmy.
Yes, Almond Milk's alive. Angrily grabs the fly mask from the storage container near the door and puts it on Almond Milk, surprisingly gently. Okay, okay, you go through this, you can have a
How?
carrot, sweetie. You go through this, you can have a carrot. Scratches Almond Milk under the chin, scratch, scratch. You cute boy. You good boy, you good boy.
How?
Patting the little area between his eyes, like, you good boy.
I feel like Master's intentionally trying to avoid your questions.
I don't know. I don't know, okay? I don't know. We barely got out of there alive. I don't know what the answers are. I don't know. I have the foggiest idea. I don't know what to tell you. I mean, before our trip into that mysterious portal into the negative plane, Almond Milk was hanging on to life by a thread and in a very poor state of health. So that's why you didn't see him before this.
I mean, you know, fair. I'm not a very good veterinarian, but I am just dumbfounded by this. Why? How? Again, the plane's closed. Our world is, for all intents and purposes, gone. Draken punched a hole through space. And we wound up just basically anywhere.
Dude.
And a donkey made it out.
Two, actually, technically, but alright. Oh, you haven't met Soy Milk.
What?
I go to reach for a pouch on my hip, but stop and look behind you.
I look behind me too.
You see your shadow beginning to move. The master yells out, "Stop it!"
I swear it didn't do that before.
Stop. Stop. Stop it. No.
Jimmy looks back and then looks suspiciously at Almond Milk.
Continues to loom upwards above your head. No. And then it stops, goes back to 3-foot size, and almost looks dejected as it slinks down the hallway.
Jimmy looks back and forth at where his shadow normally stands, which is not down your hallway.
I don't know if that's allowed.
Is it going to stay that way? Because I need that sometimes.
I guess. I don't know. It depends. Is it safe? Is it? You gonna stab me in my sleep? You're mad company. Nil looks around the corner. Oh. It just walks towards you barefoot. Alright, fine. We'll table this issue. Sure.
1 second, I'm going to make a little roll for Jimmy here. Not bad. So that was an insight check for Jimmy just to comprehend what on earth is happening. I would say he did okay. I think 18 is okay.
That's pretty good.
So Jimmy's going to regain his composure and just say, "Hey, Nil, how are you doing?"
I'm fine now. Your boy there made me nice and crispy, but I managed to mend that situation.
I'm glad to see you've recovered nicely. I'm a great liar, but I'm in a hurry, so I'm not going to bother.
Great.
I am here to ask a favor.
Okay, what's the favor?
I and Master, and really the whole bunch of us, have actually managed to work our way down to the brass tacks of that little situation that we were first getting involved in when you came over and signed up with us. Are you a good news or a bad news kind of person?
Well, considering I've been getting it all my life, I'm bad news all the way.
Oh, great. So, Falls from Grace was playing us the whole time and has designs to make us assassins.
Of course. Thanks. Well, what are we doing?
The good news is the person she wants us to assassinate is Adachan the Bellringer, and he killed a friend of mine, and he came round to threaten all of us, so I don't mind his bad.
Almond Milk is sniffing at your pockets, Jimmy.
Hey, who's a good boy? I pet him.
I don't... So you don't mind as much that you've been contracted to kill somebody?
Not as much. There's still that little doubt. You know, it's unprofessional to go about assassinating people if you're an investigator.
Yeah, what were you hired to do? Something about
We were hired
heart?
to retrieve and return a Clockwork heart, and though there were a few trials in the way we did pull that off, but the whole thing was a pretense to pit us against Adachan to begin with.
Did you deliver the heart?
Indeed we did.
So your business is done, right?
Professionally, our obligations are discharged. Socially, if we don't resolve this, one or both of them is going to come kill all of us.
So you need my help to do what? Since we're not killing the guy.
Some level-headed advice would be nice, but also a little more magical firepower.
Oh, you need firepower. Are you not asking Mr. Roasty Toasty over there? Because he seemed to be pretty keen.
Draken has a very powerful set of skills. I've seen the fullest evidence possible with my own eyes, but they're not suited to anything short of blowing the side off of a building.
That's fair.
And we might be playing this a little short of that. I'm not so sure that the way to get everybody out of this is to just turn up and kill Adachan, as much as I would really like to.
Okay. So we need a bit more finesse than an actual hammer.
Yes.
Sounds interesting.
At least a knife, maybe even something so simple as a nice suggestion.
Does Adachan know that Fall from Grace wants him dead?
It seems like they've been played off each other for a while, so he might, but he probably doesn't know the specifics of this one.
So Fall from Grace thinks that Adachan is a thorn in her side, and has gone through infinite levels of subterfuge to kill him on her own, but hasn't succeeded.
Well, as that came directly from her mouth, it's obviously a little untrustworthy. I mean, once you've lied to a guy for so long, do you replace it with the truth? No, you replace it with another lie.
What if instead of convincing Adachan that we were here as a mix-up, we can convince Adachan that Fall from Grace is a thorn in his side?
Not bad. Not bad. Certainly I can see you've got a future in this business.
I do if I don't roast to death.
That's a fate that's waiting for all of us. It's hard to dodge sometimes.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But
Alright,
Gee.
yeah.
1 second, I was distracted by textual deliveries occurring.
I'm trying not
Jimmy
to look
looks
over there.
Jimmy looks down and back at Almond Milk for a moment, and his face is concerned.
Yeah, someone should stay here and watch the mule. I thought you were doing that. What can I say? I locked the doors. Well, he was outside, wasn't he? I don't have answers for you about how the mule got out of the house with the doors. This is why we don't do these things. This is why, okay? They're barricaded to the best of my ability. I locked the doors, like you said.
While they're doing this, Jimmy crouches down and is looking level across at Almond Milk's eyes.
A mule can't turn a doorknob. Quiet bickering. Well, if you're not gonna help keep him
Quietly.
inside the house, might as well go.
Quietly to Almond Milk, but probably audible if they're not too distracted, Jimmy says, "Yeah, you gotta cut them some slack. It's in their nature."
Yeah, so with that, Nil will definitely go, but I don't know what the master's gonna do. He's just like standing there. Hand to a temple, like...
Hey, Master.
Rescue me.
Did Almond Milk ever pick up the habit of talking much?
No, why? Turns to look with concern.
I mean,
Jimmy takes a moment to rub his face.
you still have him have Almond Milk blindered. You did put that back
well,
on.
I'm asking what we're doing. Right.
Just for Jimmy's sake more than anything.
Yeah. He rubs his face a little bit, looks back at Almond Milk, says, "Maybe I do need to sleep and I've just been putting it off. You should keep an eye on Almond Milk. Something's not right."
The master
Apart
looks
from
you
everything.
To Nil pointedly. Keep an eye. As in, watch him. What were you doing? What do you want me to say? I fell asleep. What do you want me to say? I was tired. I kept the literal eye on him, physically. I did the most I could do.
Jimmy to Almond Milk. "Buddy, nah. You made it far enough. You should just relax around here."
I don't know.
Does the voice become familiar at any point?
No,
Church?
not yet.
Alright.
I don't know. I guess Nil's upset at the master's upset at Nil. There's kind of like a stalemate going on right now, and Nil's definitely going. Because that's what you need. You need the skill set of Nil, but you don't need the master's skill set. So the master's probably going to choose to stay. Just to try to barricade the place up and like block the doorways. In a futile attempt out of character, but you know, attempts must be made.
Indeed, indeed.
We're gonna give it a
That's
shot.
alright.
I don't know.
Can I roll a proper insight? Because Jimmy never heard anybody else's bargain. So he's got to really stretch to connect the dots here.
Sure, what are you trying to figure out?
Mine was first. My bargain was before yours.
No, Jimmy went first.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, Jimmy was poofed out of there before you guys even started talking.
Wow. Okay, my notes are wrong. Let me fix that.
But, yeah, this is suspicious enough that Jimmy is going to try and ascertain what on earth is going on with Almond Milk. He has his doubts that a mule is capable of quite so much bloodlust.
Yikes. Glad I can't hear what he's saying.
All right.
What shall I roll to investigate and be insightful or determine otherwise the cause?
Let's go with insight on this one.
Hey, not bad.
All right. I will say, like, it's a very good roll. So you're torn between the suspicion of what you're thinking and the suspicion that someone in this room has done something to this animal. Yeah, either based upon what you know of Nil in particular, or the other is possible.
Okay. Jimmy takes a moment. He stares down at the symbol on his palm again for a second. He says, Master, this is going to be an incredibly strange question. Are you storing a demon inside of the mule?
Tough to answer, because no, I'm not, but something is. I don't know what's in there.
Do you care to elaborate? Because it is speaking to me, I think. It's not ideal.
What? You can talk? Really? Wow. I'm insulted. I am insulted.
The mule is just sitting in the room.
Come on, Daddy.
Seriously.
Honestly,
Oh,
with recent events,
are you? Oh. We came all the way to Sigil, and you didn't say a word to me.
What?
I thought we were friends. Oh,
with recent events, it could be the mule or it could just be me.
this is.
Neither's great, if I'm being honest.
I hope it's just you, because I mean, all of the animal friendship potions and speak with animals that I've been trying to get. I mean, having Kris talk to you, none of that, nothing, just raise. That's all you got from me? Wow. I can't believe I thought we were friends. This is insane. It can talk. Did you
I
know
advise
it
you
could
to
talk?
be on your guard around almond milk.
Did you know it could talk? Did you seriously know it could talk? No. What do you mean? I mean, you have telepathy, right? That you would know if it could talk. It's a mule. What do you? What do you?
All right. So,
What assumptions do you think I'm making?
Jimmy, this is about to rise in pitch, volume, and intensity as it goes. So just so you're aware.
Oh, Jimmy's keeping a close eye on it. He's interested in going away from the mule at this stage. He was really excited at first, but this is going poorly.
What's it saying?
It's getting louder.
Jimmy
and
looks
louder.
very distracted.
Louder and louder.
And he says, it's time for me to take my leave. He says that a little too loud, as if he's talking over something,
Okay.
and he heads for the door.
Nil will follow with a pointed glare back at the master, who reaches down to grab Almond Milk's collar and stomp into the other room.
Are you swapping to Nil as your primary right now? Okay.
As I stomp into the other room, I'm like, we watched the entire Star Wars film series together. You didn't say a word to me. You can't believe I thought you were my friend. I mean, we went to the distillery together back when it was still in one piece. You didn't say a word.
I don't know if you're watching the stream. I just totally hot swapped you there.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes. We're doing it live.
I mean, I don't know. I should probably ask about that first.
So as you're leaving the building,
Good job.
the sound fades as if it is an audible source. Like the door shuts and it gets quieter. It's steady repeating that phrase, though.
Yeah. As Jimmy gets some distance, he says, just kind of to nobody, I don't want to know where that mule's been.
What was he saying?
Pleasant chit chat, calls for murder. Basically just those two.
Calls for murder. Hmm.
Yes.
Whose murder?
Classic
Everybody's murder?
almond milk.
Or is it just
Lots and lots.
Hmm.
Actually, everybody.
Okay, well, we'll just write that.
We'll leave that for another day. It's at least a little bit quieter
That would
now. I'm a little new to the whole telepathy thing. I didn't know it had a volume knob.
Oh yeah, it can be really quiet or really loud.
So, all right. Well, we've got, if you're ready, at least, we've got to hurry on back to base. We have a visitor coming.
Who is this?
Nell doesn't know, does she?
Have you ever
Do they?
heard
Sorry.
of the ghost? And then transition. And off screen, Jimmy tells you all about the ghost.
Sorry, what was that you were saying, Church?
Oh, I was just correcting myself on your character's pronoun usage. Sorry.
What did I say? What did I say?
You? No, I was correcting myself, not
Yes.
you.
No, what did I say though?
About.
Why would you need to correct yourself on my pronoun usage unless I messed up the pronoun usage for my own character? Please tell me what
No,
I
no,
said.
no,
I'm
no.
getting
I was correcting myself. I was trying to use the word term they. It's all good.
It should be they. What did I
No,
say?
I said she.
You said
Yeah.
nothing. He said
I
the
was
wrong
correcting
thing. He was
correcting
correcting
myself, not
himself
you.
about your character's pronouns.
Yeah, you're good.
All is well.
Mispronouncing my own character. Oh.
So transition
All is
to
well.
the headquarters, as it were. In fact, I'll even blam. There you go. Show the kids at home. So.
Okay, I got to zoom out because I can't see anything.
Dun dun dun, the kids at home. Dun dun dun, dun dun dun, dun dun dun, dun 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 dun. Yes, that's the window the Modron busted through. Yeah, right there. So anyway, you guys make it through the streets without anything crazy happening. Nobody tries to kill you or anything.
Oh, beautiful.
Alright then. Isn't that lovely?
For a change.
Nice.
So, you come back in. Kong is passed out in his little, I don't know, Ninja Turtles bed or whatever he sleeps in. And
He was up in the rafters last we
That's
saw him.
oh no, that's right. He was curled up by the fire with Pohan. Yeah, he's nestled in with the foo dog. It's same as usual. You hear not Nil. My goodness, I'm getting my names all messed up because they're so.
We got Nil, Zill, and
Yes,
Nillios.
Zill. You hear Zill downstairs arguing with somebody.
It's not my fault.
No, it's not. But you hear Zill downstairs arguing with somebody, which is pretty common at this point. There's a fresh takeaway meal on the table. The place smells slightly of old food, spilt liquor, and I don't know, a faint smell of ambergris and nagchampa.
Perhaps a little sewer from the gaping hole in the floor.
Yes. That's where the ambergris and nagchampa goes. Zill's doing his best.
Yeah.
Nelly, you're already familiar with everyone. We don't need to do any introductions or anything, except for Nillios, but Nillios is in another room, as it were.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, who's here when we get back?
Let me just look around, like.
Also, I'll say for the sake of argument, Kong is asleep and Nillios went off to check on a couple of his resources.
Is everyone else accounted for? We got Draken here. Is there a special invited guest?
Hey, where's
Invited guest,
Freya?
but not yet. It's not there
Yes.
yet.
Jimmy, where's Freya?
Oh, yes.
Freya did the smart thing and took off home.
No. Why? Did you make her leave? Did you make her leave? If you made her leave, I'm gonna be really mad at you.
No. I need her around. She's the only sane one.
That's
Fair.
But it was a little bit better to run away.
such a loaded question, too. Why did she leave? Ooh.
How long do you have?
Don't want to tell you that one.
It was... We were in pretty dire straits when we came over. Apart from the bit that I did explain, which is the problem we need to resolve. We have multiple overlapping issues that were that are going to come to a head eventually.
Oh, yes.
Put it like this: Freya took a bad hit. She survived, and she's going to be, you know, living out her full life. But it was important to get her back home, Feywild.
Well, actually, it's Freywild, but all right.
As you're having this discussion, I know you guys hate hearing intersections like that. As you're having this discussion,
Oh no, please.
you hear somebody begin to pound on the door, like frantically. Doom, 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 doom. Doom, 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 doom.
Oh, shit.
Hold on one second.
What's that?
I said it's who I think it is. Hold on one second.
Is Draken in the room?
Jimmy.
With us?
Yeah, he's here. He's
Can
chilling.
I see him?
Okay.
Not hiding. Sitting there.
Because I haven't seen his eye yet. He's probably camo though, right? With the hat.
More than likely, yeah. He
All right.
just has a hat on. It looks like a normal Draken with a hat on.
Just trying to figure out how I should react to this. It's fine.
I imagine Draken in a gold version of the Red Mage's hat from Final Fantasy. Just this big ol', like, either fedora or tricorn with a huge feather coming out.
If the tricorn shapeshifted into a fedora because he's that guy.
The most cursed hat of all time.
I imagine it like a
Made the
bowler.
tricorn into a fedora.
Ah, bowler's
He's wearing a bowler. He actually probably looks a lot like Stapleton's bowler.
Hey.
Nice.
Getting the uniform together. But Jimmy has had enough of these loud and rude visitors. He goes up and he's going to lean out of the front window to see who it is.
There's a dirty street urchin pounding on the door frantically. Probably one of Kong's friends.
Probably one of Kong's. He goes over to the door. He's not worried about this one.
You open the door?
Yeah.
All right. The kid's out of breath, dirty, a little smelly. Young human boy, probably about 12 years old. He's out of breath. Jimmy! Jimmy! Did you hear?
Come on in, bud.
No,
Tell me,
I'm
tell
not
me.
going anywhere near you, but I had to tell you because Kong told me I had to, or else he was going to steal my candy.
That's probably smart. Tell me.
Otachan and Fall from Grace are dead.
Jimmy is befuddled. He immediately examines this child to make sure it's not a fucking shape-shifted death slod or yet another ruse here to destroy him even further.
What are you doing?
Problem solved.
I will make whatever role you deem necessary. Jimmy is like, whatever's working best.
Go for.
He will like pull on ears.
Looks around.
We'll try an insight to start. How about that?
Nice.
Can I do that as well? Because
Sure. It's definitely a kid.
So there you go.
It's definitely just one of the street urchins. In fact, you think his name is probably Monk.
Or restaurant.
M-U-N-K, Monk.
Monster truck.
Mm.
Monk, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
You're not entirely sure.
Or
Look,
any word how it happened? That's an unusual occurrence.
well, word is you did it, Jimmy.
Don't do that.
That's why I came to tell you.
Oh, fuck.
I gotta get out of here, though. They gotta be looking for you. Good luck.
Monk, clear the fuck
Good
out
luck,
of here.
Jimmy.
Go.
He runs
Thanks.
off.
Yikes.
If I live, come back for a job.
That's a big if there.
Jimmy closes the door and locks it.
So why would you ask me about what we should do about this situation if you'd already killed them?
They weren't dead when I left.
Some fast-acting poison you got there.
I almost wish that would make this make sense.
Purple.
So now what?
Purple.
Dun, dun, dun.
Jimmy looks at Draken.
Draken is doing like the hand gesture where he's like wiping his hand off, like our job is done.
Of course you think that.
Green.
Well,
He's dead, and we didn't even have to do anything.
we might need to make some confirmations of this. Maybe if Ghost shows up,
Green.
they'll have heard the news. They seem to be pretty close to this stuff, but well,
He's an interesting person you keep mentioning. I can't wait to meet them.
they're pretty interesting. Well, we're right back to good news, bad news. Good news is, 2 of our problems are gone, and the rest of you are probably off the hook for the rest of them. Bad news is, I'm going to jail. Extra good news, I won't rot in jail. I probably don't rot. I don't know, I guess we'll find out.
Interesting. Interesting.
So you
So
found the
you're going to
ghost?
jail again. Yikes.
I did! Strange character. Honestly, had an impressive bag of tricks, seemed to know a little bit more about what was going on. Agreed to come around here. I guess they haven't made it yet. Jimmy takes a suspicious look around the building. I guess you might call that a perception check.
All right, go ahead. Let's see them lovely bones.
They're all right.
You don't see any,
Look at all the feet.
nothing really standing out. You know, the casual people strolling by. There's a couple tieflings, half elf, a dwarf, an Azamar, a couple modrons walking by. Nothing out of the ordinary.
Huh. Well, Jimmy comes back and he just sits down on whatever the closest chair is. He moves it a little bit so he's not visible through the window.
All right.
And he says, okay, so this isn't the best, but it's not bad. Honestly. I don't know. How bad do you think a jail in the negative energy plane is?
Probably cold.
I'd say it's
Oh,
pretty
you-
bad.
Energy do it. It'd make you super Jimmy.
right. So as you're talking, once again, you hear a much softer knock on the door.
I hate to ask, but Draken, do you mind getting this one?
I got this.
All right. All right.
Oh, here we go.
Could be our guest, could be the cops. Let me know either way.
It's the cops. You run.
It's the cops, bruh.
Watching.
Yeah, I'll hop back down. You know, he gestures towards the hole in the ground.
Hasn't fixed that by now. Your landlord's not very good. I will.
It's been a few hours.
You open the door.
I open
All
the
right.
door.
Draken opens the door. Before you stands a pale female half-elf with sparkling green eyes and real long, wavy red hair, just kind of looking up at you quizzically.
Hi.
Hi. I'm here to see Jimmy. Is he here?
Yeah. Hey, Jimmy. I don't think it's the cops. Come on in.
Jimmy peeks around Draken to see who's arrived.
See Draken's
I don't
hand.
know if we've met.
He's like looking at you expectantly, wondering if he's casting.
Hi,
Jimmy
Jimmy.
hasn't signaled anything yet.
What?
Hi, Jimmy. I'm Leah. I was sent here to help you.
What?
Would you mind giving me a hint as to who's sent you?
Someone who you met earlier. And I'm going to walk over to Jimmy, lean very close down to his face, and whisper in his ear, "The ghost only reveals herself to whom she chooses." And just stand up.
Jimmy says, all right then. Well, I don't mind getting a trusted colleague or two. That'll do all right. Friends, Leah, I suppose, has been sent by, you know, the ghost I made the acquaintance of.
So as this occurs,
The door is shut.
Pohan stands up, shakes, kind of rolls Kong over, who doesn't even wake up, walks over and begins to eyeball our new arrival up and down, sniffing deeply. And then snorts briefly, licks your hand and looks at Jimmy and winks and goes back and lays down.
Jimmy does the touch the side of your nose thing as a signal to Pohan as he walks away.
All right.
So, okay.
So the ghost has lackeys. That's interesting.
Let's speak in the office. I'm starting to feel a little itchy down here on ground level.
Fair.
From down below, you hear Zill screaming at somebody, kind of muffled. Something about, "I swear I wasn't looking at her. What are you doing? You always do this to me."
Oof. Yikes.
Don't mind him. He always works it out.
Fair.
And Jimmy starts upstairs.
flowers. I hear they help.
So you guys go upstairs.
And this
Mm-hmm. Explain.
Conveniently behind Roasty Toasty.
So up to the office you go.
Draken is actually trying to stay within arm's reach of Jimmy.
In case he falls over.
Oh, easy. Come on up. So Jimmy's going to be sitting on the front of his desk. Everybody else can pull up a chair. There's plenty. All right. So strategy meeting. Hopefully you keep your news fresh. Maybe you can confirm something for us here, Leah. We just heard some acquaintances of ours have passed unnaturally in their waking hours, rather than died peacefully in their sleep.
I just heard with the street urchin outside of your door. It's news to me, too.
All right. In that case, I mean, I'm pretty sure I know the kid. He's one of Kong's bunch, but Kong wasn't awake to check him, so That's an either or. We really need to confirm this info. Fuckers killed my usual source. Jimmy looks down for a moment. But that's step one. If that happened, then something very, very messy is afoot. Somebody coming to kill us, that's just a Tuesday. But Adachan falls from grace? That is an unnatural occurrence, even by sigil standards. If it didn't happen, somebody's trying to play us, and they know who we know. That's not great. If it did happen, that's also not great. So nothing's great right now. But let's get some info. I could be wanted right now for multiple murders and go into turbo jail. So, I would like to ask the rest of you to go out and check for me. See if you can gather a little intel.
Can I do a quick insight check on Leah before we go?
Sure. What are you trying to determine?
No, I just like, I don't know. It's weird that the ghosts would send a lackey to us instead of coming themselves, especially since Jimmy's already met them.
So are you trying to see if this is a spy that's been sent by someone else, or?
I mean, Big Teeth takes many forms, am I right?
Who does?
Daddy, can we still?
Big
Oh,
Teeth.
Big Teeth. Maybe.
Oh, Mr. Chompers.
Maybe.
Son?
So you, okay.
Right.
Let's see what you got.
I mean, I don't know anything.
No, that's all good.
Insight Modifiers is 0, so I mean.
That's a very strong attack.
Well,
I didn't need a modifier.
all right.
Oh, never been more proud in my life.
Something is not as it seems. You're not really sure what. You don't sense any evil intent at all. In fact, so far, everything that this person has said to you has been on the level. You have no doubt. But something is not as it seems.
Everything?
That's about the most I can give you with that. But like I said, you don't feel threatened in any way. You do feel that this is a benevolent person.
Okay, I look at Leah? Leah? I look at the individual. I have no idea. Do I see anything?
No, just a lovely little green-eyed, red-haired half-elf.
Who are you? What? Head tilt.
You're saying that to me out loud.
I assume so.
As I roll this insight score, I tilt my head to the side slightly.
Oh, motherfucker.
Like, no.
Hmm. What's wrong?
Really, really wrong here.
Church, was that audible to me?
To you, yeah.
Look,
Let's
looks
go to go.
back at Leia, like,
Come on.
Jimmy looks. He looks away. He's fishing in a drawer in the desk for something. He reaches back, opens up the drawer without looking. There's something. He comes back with a bottle. He flips the cap off of it and pulls the plug out with just his thumb. Takes a quick swig and looks back to the window.
There's nothing there.
Something's off here, and I just can't quite
Your hand is itching really badly.
Me?
Oh, Jimmy.
Maybe I do need to get out of this city. He puts the bottle back down.
Something.
Nil, I assure you Leah is quite trustworthy. She's here as reinforcements.
No. Something. I swear something's off. Narrows eyes, looks into the middle distance like,
It's just a lovely green-eyed, red-haired half-elf. She has a very lovely smile.
No, we do have a policy here of not prying into people's personal lives.
That's fair.
I've known Master for years. I don't know if that's his name.
It's not.
Yeah.
I figured, but it's important that I didn't pry.
Fair enough. Something's off here, but I don't know what it is. It's not evil, so I guess
It's almost ironic that you're saying that to Jimmy.
It is.
Jimmy's like, yeah, no, something's very off. No, thanks for pointing out the obvious.
Several things are very
Everything
off.
is going weird right now.
No, I just mean in this room physically something's off. But all right, let's go. With
Sorry,
that.
there's more going on right now than Nil's even aware of.
Oh yeah, there's fun times. I hope you've got some way to capture this for the stream. It'd be sad if they missed out.
Oh, well, I could put it on there, but anyone watching would be able to see it.
We'll have to arrange this at some point in the future, and we'll just do it on a Scout's honor system.
Yeah, I can put the text up there on the screen.
Yes.
Here, I'll tell you what. If you're playing actively in the game, don't look.
Don't look, avert your
Avert your
eyes.
Now I
eyes.
really want to look.
Don't look.
That's not helping me not look.
So yeah, there everyone watching can actually see what just occurred there. And boom, okay.
All right, we're back to it.
We're good.
So,
This is weird.
What
are we gonna do about this?
I imagine that was a little unnerving.
it was for Jimmy. He is contemplating a second swig out of that bottle.
Is that the Wickletongue special edition?
It's one of the final bottles of Wickletongue in existence, and it is doing him a solid right now. It takes quite a lot to affect a dead man, but the Wickletongue is powerful stuff.
Good stuff. Only the best.
The good stuff. So he takes that second swig and he says, okay, I will hold down the fort. If I'm not here when you get back, I don't know what to tell you, honestly. The business is yours. Good luck.
Business is whose specifically? Is it roast 'em, toast 'em over here, or somebody more, I don't know, rational?
Well, we did not cover this in the contracts, but
At this,
I will say that ownership will default to all remaining contracted members of the firm. So you would have part ownership as well as Draken and everybody else.
Pohan peeks his head up and says, "Thanks, Jimmy. I always wanted to own a business."
You count too, Pohan. You handle the accounts.
Nice.
I'm not gonna be in charge. Don't worry.
Nice to know that I'm partners with a businessman or business pug.
He's
If it makes you feel any better, I'm not in charge. I know it. It wouldn't be good.
what?
Pohan already does the taxes already.
Nice, nice. You claiming us all as dependents,
No,
right?
he never misses a beat with taxes.
Nice.
I leave it to him, you know. He's got a real eye for it. I think we've paid 15 silver this year.
I could just picture him labored breathing over our 1090X or whatever the form is for it. Like, just
In my mind, he has the little green visor on,
Yes.
the one that's a little see-through.
Oh,
But yeah, Jimmy's
expenses.
interested in motion, so he's making his way down and he's ready to see you off at the door. so you can go and check the news.
Are we traveling in pairs? What are we doing?
I'd advise you to stick together.
There's 3 of
None
us.
of you are wanted, I'm pretty sure. And really, news this big, I don't think you'll have to go far.
So me, Scorchy Boy, and Leia.
I'd rather stay near you, just in case stuff goes south.
Yeah, Leia. you should
Jimmy's
know
rubbing
about
his
roast and
palm.
toast him over here. He likes to spontaneously burst into flames.
Yeah, it's actually
If I'm gonna do it, I'll tell
it's itching to the point of being slightly painful right now, which is a weird sensation for you.
Jimmy's rubbing his palm, and he says, I don't know if that's a good or a bad idea, Draken, but I'll let you do it.
If anyone is actually looking at Jimmy, and I will leave this entirely to any of you, could you give me just a perception check? If you want to. You don't have to. Depends on how much you care.
fail it anyway. That's fine. Let's do this. Ooh. That was a bad roll. 14. Eee.
I'm talking to him. It would make sense. I would talking to him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying everything I can not to go out there with.
Those rogues,
Wow.
man. It's hard to look at them even when they don't contest the roll.
Well, I will say, Nil, you notice he's covering it up really quickly, but there's actually a few very small trickles of blood coming out of the hand that he's scratching and rubbing at.
He's just got his... That hand is a fist right now.
He's really antsy. He's really on edge. There's something going on with Jimmy right now. You're not used to seeing Jimmy's cool get broken, and he's actually nervous.
I walk over and grab his arm. What is going on here? Why is
Jimmy
this-
jumps a little bit. Says, oh, just tattoos acting up on me. And he, with some effort, he actually unclenches the fist.
Oh. What? What?
Hey, Draken, how's your eye?
Oh, this is that.
Seems to be fine. Haven't noticed
Okay.
any real difference other than appearance.
Okay, that's good to hear. Jimmy looks for the window.
I'm just
There's a very
looking
familiar
at
face
it.
there.
I don't know.
Yep, a rather long one, I
Yes.
imagine.
I don't.
How bad do I need this hand? All right, come on. How bad do I need this hand?
Leia,
Ah, hell, it wouldn't help anyways.
do you do any sort of squiggly wiggly healy stuff?
Squiggly wiggly. Nice.
I do, actually. What's the matter?
You are welcome to take a shot at this. Jimmy holds out his hand.
I
It's
haven't
causing
thought-
me some trouble right now.
I haven't the foggiest what this is. It's bleeding for some reason. Looks to be irritated.
Yeah, there's a sigil in his hand that is bleeding and irritated and raised.
And well, I have seen this sigil before.
Tell you what, give me a intelligence check. We'll see.
I have no
Intelligence.
medical experience. Can I also do a check?
Never mind. No, I did not.
But I tell you what, I'm going to give you an advantage because of certain unspoken things.
For reasons and reasons.
It was an excellent try.
Can I don't have medical experience with the injury, but can I try for the sigil to send in there, or?
You'll have a lesser chance, yeah, but sure.
You'll have a lesser chance. May you have greater luck.
I mean, you did nail a nat 20 just a minute ago.
Now that you mentioned it, it's not gonna happen again.
You're
Thanks.
welcome. That's my job.
You were saying?
You've been bamboozled.
Okay.
It's okay.
The brainy brain. Tell us why
It's
dead.
okay.
No, nice. Bamboozled indeed. The sigil you immediately like recoil from in a slight bit of horror. You've heard rumors in your time here of a creature that exists in Sigil. And I say a creature because it's unlike anything else you've ever heard of, and every description you get is something different. Some people say that it's a creature that lures unwary pedestrians into dark alleys to devour them. And some will tell you that it's a shadowy mobster that runs a huge crime syndicate across Sigil and everything in between. All you know is that is the mark of a creature called the Angler. And for some reason, it's branded and bleeding in Jimmy's hand.
Ugh. Never mind. Never mind.
So there's your lovely roll.
away.
I hope you're having a better day because of it.
How long has that been there?
It's a recent acquisition.
You mean like the eye?
Very similar to the eye, in fact, Nil.
The summer aspect?
I'm not so sure you heard about that.
Yeah. How do you know about the eye?
I have my ways.
Quite frankly, I just don't have time to mistrust you. Yeah. I traded something, and that's the mark.
Oh, okay. So you... See?
Jimmy is kind of looking down. His eyes are closed. He's clenched the fist back up. He's muttering under his breath. You probably can't hear him, but he is saying, traded your time. I didn't trade your lives.
So you... You asked me to help you with the whole, the whole fall from grace auto-challenge situation. I mean, you had that in your palm the entire time?
That I might call a bit of an accident. The fall from grace situation is really quite unrelated.
Related now.
The doorway, like...
The answer is everything.
What that means?
Jimmy is having a visibly hard time paying attention to you as if somebody's shouting in his ears.
Oh. Hey, Snake.
Before you close your eyes, and as you close them, you can feel the owner of that voice like breathing on your cheek, like standing next to you.
Draken?
Yes.
How does the name The Angler grab you?
I know anything about the Angler.
Let's get a roll in. Let's see.
Intelligence or like Arcana?
Just an intelligence check for this one. Unless you have a history skill, I'll let you use it.
You can't do it.
It's the same. I'm untrained, so I just go with my basic.
That'll do. That'll do, Draken. Whoa.
Oh!
Oh!
Look at that. This never happens in combat.
Nice.
Well, it did happen once.
Those.
Draken we're talking.
Thank you for the follow, Carrie SD. So, Draken,
Okay.
when you say the name, if a gold-scaled dragonborn can blanch, goes a little pale. Draken,
I do.
this
Nobody can tell though.
this is like finding out Cthulhu is your mother-in-law.
Oh no.
Like, you have heard tale after tale of this creature and the horrors that they have perpetuated throughout the plains, not just Sigil, but the plains, unfettered and unobstructed and unopposed. This thing, it's like it sees you, it knows you, it hears you, it owns you. It's one of those type things. And you're the bricks are falling in place for you, and suddenly you remember your eye. Which begins to immediately water as if somebody just blew dust into it.
Oh.
While you have this conversation, Jimmy is eyes closed, fist clenched. Strangely enough, he is breathing, which he doesn't do much, and he looks like he's concentrating as if your lives depend on it.
What? Oh. Not even go near that. Oh. Oh. That is ill-advised. That is. Ooh, that's.
You need
Bad choice.
to
Bad choice.
go.
Agree. Big agree.
We need to find something that can tell us more. And I think perhaps getting out of Sigil. I think the thing we can do is perhaps to get some distance.
Okay, how?
How do we get distance? We go to a different plane. Yet we leave Sigil and find someone that can assist us.
Please
Now-
tell me we include the master because I don't really want to leave them.
Master is included in this no matter what, yes. He's one of us. I would never leave him.
Aww, you love him.
He is family, yes.
Bamboozled. Wait.
But we
But
need to
try
go
not
first.
me. Satire. All right.
We need to go get we need. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Get Master. Head to, as you called it earlier, the Freywild.
The free wild guitar sting.
And
I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
touch base, and we find that you ever said before, I will lie. Need to find someone more powerful.
Okay.
No, I
Jimmy
feel
is
ill just saying
practically
those words.
vibrating.
How are we gonna get?
I feel ill saying those words.
How are we gonna get there?
Church, shall I draw the knife from my pocket and cut off my hand?
I have a scroll that could possibly.
Draken, make a
Yes.
Constitution save, please.
Ooh, that's gonna be.
Ha-
Why are you upsetting with me?
As Draken is in mid-sentence, he immediately goes, "Urk," grabs his chest, and falls over and is not breathing.
No! I'm gonna run over there. No! Wake up! What are you doing? Are you okay? Does he have a pulse? Oh my goodness. Is he alright?
Jimmy opens his eyes at this.
Yeah, you hear Draken hit the ground.
How's that?
How
bad's the tattoo?
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity.
Okay.
It's
I touch him.
burning.
Is he breathing?
No, he's not breathing.
Not breathing, no pulse? Does he have a
You
pulse?
have to make a medicine check to check for a pulse.
Okay.
Jimmy walks over and
laughing
he's
'cause you-
assisting. He's quite frantic.
I'm gonna touch him and stabilize him. That's
Are you laughing? So what I just sent you?
Restoration.
Oh,
I'm trying
hang on.
everything I can do.
It doesn't need to be dealt with now. It's just funny.
I just saw that. That is funny. Okay. What are you doing, Master Mist, there?
Trying to stabilize him using the psychic focus of psionic restoration.
Using psionics to do this?
It's a focus. It doesn't require points.
Make a wisdom save, please.
No. Before I do that, let me check one thing.
Accidental danger.
Let me just examine my character sheet. Let me just look for something really quickly. No big deal.
No pressure, just if you roll a -1, Draken's head explodes.
There's a thing that lets me change something, and I just need to see if that requires an action.
When you feel death upon you, you bring out the big rule book.
What's funnier is what I actually just sent Church is the new Hero Forge model.
It's true. It's true.
All you guys were having your conversation between Bill and Jimmy. I was making it.
That is actually...
I've been sitting here, I'm like, what?
That is actually hilarious.
Wisdom save.
Might as well just send it now. I'm no longer breathing. This works.
Yeah.
Oh,
Now, Jimmy is attempting to assist Nil with whatever Nil is doing, whether he's actually competent to help with this, or if he is a calming influence. Who
In
knows?
this particular instance, not so much. Do you...
Where is Leia?
He would be more trying to do normal medical things anyway.
So,
Hello?
This Leia is just sort of calmly, or Leah is just sort of calmly kneeling down, and she is going to get a purple crystal ball out of her bag and cast Cure Wounds on Drake.
All right, so you're doing Cure Wounds. As you're doing this, and as Nil is attempting to use psychic healing abilities, Nil, do you know what an echo chamber is? It's kind of like screaming at a wall with your psychic power, and it just slaps back and bounces off you back into the wall, and then back off the wall back into you, gaining power as it goes. It's like a feedback loop. You take 16 points of damage and get launched into the far wall. Like you cracked the plaster. You hit it so hard.
My head.
Draken said he needed to find someone more powerful, so he died. Could not actually take those words. He just rejected it. He's like, I can't say it. I'm dead.
It turns out that was the greatest poison of all.
The Cure Wounds.
Jimmy is attempting. Yeah, that's happening.
The Cure Wounds stabilizes him. But his breathing is really shallow and he is not awake.
Jimmy tries for a moment while this is ongoing to do basic medicinal tasks like check breathing, check pulse, all of that, and then he says, Actually, no, this might not be the most helpful thing. So he walks back over to the table and he puts his hand down on it, palm up. I'm sure I've got a dagger here somewhere. He's checking the belt with the other hand.
Let's try to stand up. Ow. Back of my head.
I'm gonna go over there to Nil as well. And hit her.
Jimmy starts to respond at last. He looks out the window first to see if there's a face to respond to.
There is.
All right. What do you
Jason,
want?
you got that? I'm hitting Nil, right?
What's that?
I'm getting Nil with cure
Okay.
wounds.
Yeah, go ahead and roll for your the amount that you'll heal. Nice.
15.
Oh, pretty good.
Very nice.
Jimmy's looking out a window, and if anybody else looks, there's nothing visible out of it. He says, "You take any of mine, get nothing.
Oh man.
You want to call in your bargain on me?
What?
Fine. What do you want?"
Ow. Oof. So he's breathing. Okay. Okay. Triage, what's next? That angle. Really?
Does the visage vanish from the window?
If that face could smile, it does before it vanishes, yes.
Are you serious? It's the... Oh, it's the angle. Why did it have to be the angle? It could have been the boogeyman. Or...
Jimmy goes back over and he kneels by Draken to check him once more.
Nice and fluffy. Why does it have to be the angle?
So
I was able to stabilize him, Jimmy.
Draken's eyes open up as you kneel down. Draken starts to come to. You're back at about 2 hit points there, Draken. You're really weak. However, Jimmy, as you're looking down, that one kind of milky eye rolls over and looks dead at you, independently of the other one.
No escaping it. There's no escaping it.
Jimmy looks at that one and then he looks into the other one instead. How you feeling, buddy?
This is
Patch.
not good.
I'd look good with an eye patch.
Oh.
You look good with anything.
I want to figure it out. Oh, it's so unsettling.
I'm gonna have to take out my eye,
Nil's just freaking
aren't
out.
I?
I'm not sure how much it'll help. I was about to cut off my hand, but I get the feeling that then I'd just be down a hand. We're in the shit now.
I'd be rugged.
Rugged.
Distinguished, I
I
would
don't
say.
really- I don't.
I can make the hat look like a beret. Beret and an eye patch. I could make that work.
Raspberry.
That might help.
I don't.
That might
I
help.
don't think that's gonna work. I really don't.
Here, let's get him up over here.
Let me just
Someplace a little more comfortable than
allow me
this
to remind you that your deal was an eye. Or
busted up floor.
it could be the other one that gets taken over once you take out that one, which should leave you blind.
Whew. Once Draken is kind of more comfortable than flat on the floor from a heart attack,
Yeah.
Jimmy says, "New plan. Keep an eye on Draken. If that happens again, please, whatever trick you did, please do it again." I'm getting in trouble for bargains these days, but I will give you anything. I'll go check the news.
Yeah, I think it would be a better choice if I go with you.
No, you're the one who can keep him
What I
alive.
did nothing. All I got was a headache.
You're not going alone. Either one of them goes with you, or I go with you.
I'll
Draken's
go,
like struggling to stand
All right, Nil's
up.
coming.
in a
Nil-
sense.
Nil's coming. Nil's coming. It's all right. You stay down, buddy.
In a
Alright.
sense.
You're gonna need to recover from that one. That's a hell of a shock.
In a sense. I'll go.
I'm
in a
fine.
sense. Part of
Good.
me will.
Got this.
Part of me will go.
All right, hold down the fort for me.
As Jimmy goes to walk out the door, you see me reach into my face in a disturbing way and pull out one of my eyes, and it just starts to float midair. No worries. It starts to float.
Can you teach other people that
float
trick?
next to Jimmy, like, what are you doing?
It's been one of those days.
All right. It's just been one of those days. Jimmy is miles beyond giving a shit about the cops at this point. He's got his hat, he's got his jacket, he's got his sword. He's out that door.
All right. So Jimmy and Nil
All right.
on the road again.
Creepy eye.
Creepy floaty eye. I'm gonna make a stealth check
All right.
in order to move without being recognized.
Okay. Let's see.
It's pretty bad. I'm not going to lie to you. It's pretty
You're a
bad.
little shook right now. It's all right.
Oh, thank you.
The day has took a very dark turn.
Why not? I got candy. My
And
council.
while we're speaking of dark turns, if nobody else is gonna say it, I'll say it.
There you go.
Go on.
Nil lie, the science guy.
Okay, that's pretty good.
I had to do it.
All right, that was necessary.
Sorry.
May I make a second attempt to alter my plan,
What would
Church?
you like to do?
It's okay.
Instead of trying to move in a stealthy fashion, Jimmy will instead use his actor feat to try and comport himself as a very different person. He'll change his gait and his facial composition a little bit, such that anybody from a distance might not think, hey, is that Jimmy the Mouth? It looks like Jimmy the
So a
Mouth.
performance check.
A performance check, yes.
Wow, that's only the game candy is. Oh. Wow.
There you go.
go. You feel a little more confident.
All right. I know this place well enough, even though the fancier beat poets were my usual source. That was more on account of their impeccable taste than them being the only game in town. Where am I going locally to find some news?
All right, you looking for a crier or something to that effect?
Crier, a bunch of people in a bar who like to chat real loud. Hot off the presses is what I'm
Well,
looking
you
for.
could check the newspaper. The Cage.
Well, you know, that's not a bad plan.
Yeah.
I'll give it a
All right, you
look.
grab the Cage.
It's not been very long, so I'm not sure it's going to make that. But I'm checking.
All right. You will find two separate articles in the recent publication of the Cage, if you're willing to pay 5 copper.
Of course I am. What a
All right.
bargain. Allow me to deduct it.
You will find two separate articles on two separate pages of the deaths of both Otterchon the Bellringer, found dead in his home, stripped of his armor and dismembered,
Oh, the picture.
and Fall from Grace, who, under a weird turn of events, had all of the girls in her brothel suddenly turn vicious and rabid and rip her limb from limb.
Jimmy looks down. He checks the articles for mention of Jimmy the Mouth as a wanted person in these cases. Because Adachan maybe, but Fall from Grace seems pretty cut and dry there.
No mention of you.
Says, okay. That's a start. That's a start. Tucks it under his arm. He says, we're heading back.
Oh, I guess that's good news.
There's no good news left. Now we just get to climb our way out of a mountain of shit.
Well, Otto-chan was dismembered, and Fall from Grace was, I guess, beaten to death by a rabbit.
You could say also dismembered. That would work too.
Also dismembered.
Yeah, just in a different way. Wow, that's graphic. Yeah. No mention of Jimmy in either of those articles, so I guess that's good news. If you're watching the right side of my face, it's kind of disturbing as I squint with an eyelid,
Oh, it's
but
Ladybugs.
not an eye.
Mine. I'm not one.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. I've seen worse.
So as you're looking around, you notice it seems like just every now and then, almost in the periphery or on the inside of a window or peeking around from an alleyway, you'll see that face of the person who's been talking to you peeking out at you,
Of my new best
Yeah.
friend.
smiling. As weird as that sounds, it's almost extra unnerving to see a smile on that face.
Hi. I found you, Ladybugs.
Nil, I'm afraid we're going to probably be putting business operations on hold for a little while. We've got internal matters. Certainly, you're welcome to continue on with us. I'm sure we can scrounge up a salary from somewhere.
Stapleton would be so proud.
Okay, internal.
He tries. Jimmy tries.
Internal matters? What do you mean internal?
He opens up his palm in front of you so you can see the blood. I imagine it's cut through the tattoo a little bit, and I like to imagine as well that the tattoo goes down a little further than the skin in a very suspicious way.
I
Internal matters.
I really don't want anything to do with this. This is gonna be so bad.
Can't blame you.
It's gonna be so bad. Ooh.
It might be bad.
It could be bad. It's gonna be bad. Let's be fair.
I honestly don't.
Got the wrong group picture up. Yeah, it might be bad.
Like I said, I wouldn't make anybody do this.
You didn't let me finish.
Oh, go on.
I don't want anything to do with this, but my parents didn't raise a coward. So if you need me there, I will be there. Bells on.
So as Nil says, bells on, you feel a soft but strong kind of nuzzle in your back. Nil.
Okay.
Yeah.
Me? Oh, what? Turn around.
It's
Look down.
Almond Milk.
Oh,
Blinders are gone. Just staring up at you.
I'm never gonna believe this.
Jimmy, it's a little unnerving. You're
It's almond
Yeah.
milk.
What?
Oh, you
Gotta-
can see. Oh, I guess it really is almond milk.
Okay. I guess we're gonna have a talk, and I'm gonna keep this mule with me. I guess. You know what? No. Apparently you can talk. So go home. You go bray at the master until he opens the doors that he's locked and bolted.
Look,
And then maybe he'll believe
Wait.
me when I tell him that I was watching you. Go on as a good boy.
Almond Milk looks you deadpan in the eyes and says, Nil, don't make me kill you.
Oh no!
Oh,
Get out of the city! I can't! No!
Yeah, that seems more,
Oh!
well, not normal.
Oh no!
But at least things are lining up.
It's murder hobo! Oh! Is that your voice? Is that how you sound? Then stay! What? You sound like a small child! Why? But at the same time, a devil! What do you mean? Oh, that's
Jimmy is trying desperately to summon something from deep within himself.
Oh.
He seems to find it after a moment because he opens up his eyes again and says, Now, normally I don't extend this offer to mules or demons, but if you're here to talk business, please join me in my office.
This is bad.
Are you bringing Almond with you?
Are you serious?
Shit. What other option do I have? There's a lot of leverage here, so it might be better to play it not violently with the creature that can kill with a thought.
Okay. Alright. Let's go over here. Yeah. It'll be. Do you still like chin scratching?
You ever seen a donkey laugh?
I imagine it's just ha ha ha
Yeah.
ha. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah, it does that like real quick, like, and then stops and stares at you.
Wow. Never felt so betrayed.
Jimmy turns to the door. I figure we're back at the building by now, and he opens it, steps
Alright.
through, and says, "If you're here to talk business, come on in."
I grab my eyeball from where it's floating with a dejected expression and blended background of the best I
All
can.
right.
Not my strong.
So they return with a mule in tow.
This sucks.
There's a mule in the front row.
There's a glitch in the Matrix. This world's not real.
no, we were able to confirm the news.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're dead. From the papers, at least, it doesn't seem like they're after me, but who knows? First we have company. We have company.
Apparently, the ass speaketh. Who knew? Gestures wildly to Almond Milk.
She's pointing at a donkey.
I have no idea.
The figure known as Leia just raises an eyebrow.
It's a donkey.
Leah.
Yeah, sorry, I butchered it earlier.
Yeah, it's a donkey. They're
Jimmy says, "Don't be fooled by appearances. It's the devil." He walks upstairs.
Literally, demon in itself. I can't.
The donkey's looking at you with those big brown doe eyes. He's kind of lost and confused. Maybe a little hungry.
Jimmy turns back and he says, "What, you coming?"
You saying that to...
The donkey.
Doesn't respond.
Son of a bitch. That is when he'd leave, isn't it?
Cautiously reach forward and eye Almond Milk orally, and then gritch, gritch, gritch.
Reacts like normal. Seems to enjoy it.
Yeah, this is my booty. This is such a weird. Oh, You sounded like the devil a second ago.
They're acting very strange to everybody else in the room. Yeah. They just showed up with a donkey and they're acting
Jimmy,
a little weird.
Oh, can you go home?
Jimmy drags a chair over to Draken and sits next to him, hands on the paper.
Yikes.
Well, as mentioned, the article does pretty much said separately on 2 different pages that they were both murdered and dismembered.
Can Almond Milk go home?
Almond Milk standing in the middle of the room.
Hey.
Am I allowed to say that
Yeah, Draken?
smart enough to go home by
No.
That almond
No,
milk?
Almond Milk isn't smart enough to go. And as far as you know,
Yeah.
Alright, fair enough. We haven't
How'd that happen?
Okay.
I have no idea, but Almond Milk has a guest at times. Similar to us, I suppose.
Oh.
But that is Almond Milk in the flesh.
Poor sweet.
No idea how the hell that happened.
You showed up here. So did Kong. They show up together.
No, it was a year before I ran into Kong. And far as I know, you did not extend that spell to Almond Milk. Did you? A lot of forethought.
Extended to a lot of things. Trying to get everybody. Us, but I also was trying for Stapleton.
Not good.
That would be weird, man. We've seen some weird stuff. That would be weird.
Also,
And Jimmy, he's kind of leaning back in the chair now.
Almond Milk wasn't on.
As you're speaking, the rest of you hear Almond Milk speak. And Almond Milk says, "Yeah, Draken, if you hadn't screwed up so bad, maybe Stapleton would still be alive."
There's the fucker.
Aww. Yeah.
Oh, don't worry. That's not Almond Milk. Almond Milk is a kind soul.
I'm still more figuring out how
That's our
Almond
other
Milk
friend.
got here. 'Cause Almond Milk wasn't even on airship.
Jimmy's leaning further and further back in his chair, and after a certain point, that hat runs up against the wall and it starts to tilt down his face, and then he's just out.
Did you just
Falls asleep on the spot.
Did you just Wild West yourself into nap time? Excuse me?
Hey, he's sleeping. Shh. You be quiet. Shh.
This is insane.
Let the man rest.
You have the tattoo of the angler on your hand, but you're taking a nap.
He's he's snoring a
sleep.
little.
Weird.
So with
Weird.
all of the attention
Put a blanket on him.
Jimmy,
Insane.
when you guys finish blanketing him and marveling over his ability to pass out, you look up and realize that Almond Milk is gone.
And the remainder is something we can deal with when I wake up.
Not good. What have I gotten myself into?
This is the barmiest day I've ever seen.
This is what we call Tuesday. We escape from a dimension that is no longer in existence. Maybe. This is kind of what happens.
Yeah.
No.
It's an incredible trick, but you wouldn't think we'd have to do it twice.
Welcome to the family, finally.
How are we gonna get to another plane to escape this?
I got that.
Sure.
Oh, he's got the tricks. But yeah.
Everyone will love the city of brass. Yeah.
I think it'll do wonders for my complexion.
Work. This character, being currently played by me, has telepathy.
But Serenity ain't gonna lie about you trying to open up a portal in her city.
Without going all the way to my house, can I telepathically tell the master that Almond Milk just
What's
left?
your range?
120 feet.
No, you're way beyond that.
Yeah, the other side of the city. But have we, by chance, Church, reached a decent moment?
You want to clip it from here? We can. This is a decent moment.
Yeah, I'm toast, man.
It's all good.
Painful.
It's all good.
We're not gonna get back to this till next year.
I will say that this successfully, more or less, wraps up the Clockwork Heart case. There's still some loose ends there, obviously.
So glad to see it.
But I don't think it would be a classic noir story if there weren't loose ends.
Just grist for future mills.
Exactly. You've been kind of introduced to where this is heading. I'm terribly sorry to mess with you so hard there, Jimmy.
It's survivable for him. He can take a few shocks to the system, although it'll produce effects like this now and then.
Oh, I should say sorry, not sorry. I kind of messed with everyone a little bit.
I mean, yeah, you nearly just dropped Draken dead of a heart attack.
And our mysterious visitor got thrown into the middle of everything.
Yeah, ooh, maybe I should have stayed at home today.
Yeah, the Angular. I don't know if you know who that is or not, but it's your worst nightmare has come to life.
And Draken had a brush with death, yes.
And the mule can speak. Who knew it? Wow.
And you thought Almond Milk was going to be in the background.
Oh, bless my little well-meaning heart. Oh.
Oh, it's lovely, lovely. Well, unless you guys have anything you want to add to the tail end of this before we close.
Just thanks for the ride, man. It was a wild one.
No worries.
I would ask if I can, like, nah, it's a watcher.
That's
It can't
better.
speak. So never mind. Eyes don't have mouths. That wouldn't work.
That'd be a different creature. That's a beholder.
Yes. If you had a beholder in your face, I think you'd be a higher
Probably.
level.
I would hope so.
But wouldn't that make a great character concept?
A beholder that attached a body to itself, basically.
How big are the tiny
The
beholders?
spectators?
Yeah. They're
still
pretty big, but they're not quite eyeball sized.
Yeah.
I see. You could be playing like a
Cyclops.
I don't know, a Cyclops giant, maybe.
Considering they can bend reality, like pretty much anything goes. So.
It's true.
Just turns into an eye. You're like, what?
I will say that said, to those of you who are watching, tune in next week for Cairn, and then the week after for us hitting full steam with this narrative.
Thank you for the nightmare.
No worries, no worries. And honestly, you're lucky you couldn't see all the things that were happening to poor Jimmy.
That's better, Dad.
Jimmy's having a normal one this time around.
Normal and big air quotes.
Yeah, there was a lot of secret messages going on there.
I need to redo the select, just like the roll 20 chat. I think that'll be helpful.
Yeah, I did post some of it.
We can avert our prying
I did
eyes.
post some of it as we were going.
Yes. It's good for archival.
Oh, yes.
But yeah, it's been a good one. It's been a blast, and I look forward to the next chapter, the next saga.
Excellent. Well, in that case, I will say thank you for joining us. Good night to good night. We'll see you soon.
No,
Good night, everyone.
Right.
Sleep well, all.